Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel for this episode 18 here on Monteith with me, Farmer Murphy. Well, spring has rolled around again. It is actually March 3rd, a little after 10 o'clock in the morning, a little bit later start just because I was waiting for the fog to disappear. It was pretty foggy and wasn't very conducive to recording. But that is fine because we don't have a lot on the go. And you'll be very happy to know that the update is going to be a very short and sweet. Our money is sitting at just a hair under $700,000, and that is due solely to the sale of our crops we had on hand. We have had no contracts at all since we were together last. So we sold our dried corn for $211,000 and we sold our dried sorghum for $39,000. So that added to our existing funds brings us up to 700. And you can see I've got one of the big tractors sitting here with a plow on it. And we're going to put that sucker to work here fairly shortly. But before we do that, we are going to make another farm expansion. So if we go in here and look at the map, what we are going to do, and it's really a nuisance that my mouse cursor doesn't record properly, but that is I guess, an NVIDIA bug that's out there right now from near as I can tell. So nothing I can do about it right at this moment. But if I just zoom this out a little bit and bring this to the center, we own, as you can see, field 8 and field 5. And what we're going to do is we are going to buy field 7 here. It is 526,000. So let's buy that. So that takes us down to 170,000. But what we're going to do is there is a fence around field 7. Off camera, I'm going to go and take that fence out of there. And what we're going to do is we're going to plow in basically fields 5, 7, and 8 and make one large field out of that. So that's why we came back here in March to get that done, because not only do we need to plow it, then we'll need to rock pick it and lime it so it's in the same state as our other fields and all ready for seeding next month. So I have confirmed that we can sell off this fence or take it out. At least I did one section of it, but I'm going to go ahead and you know what? We can do some of that on camera and get a start on it anyways. Be a little bit something different. If we go in here and we just delete it like so. But there is a fair bit of it, but I'm just going to get rid of all of it. So I'm going to do that. And I'll get that all done, and then we'll do some plowing. So I'll see you in a few minutes when I get rid of this fence. Well, there we go. Fence is gone. So we can go and grab our tractor here and we can plow those 3 fields together. Now, we are going to gain a little bit of arable land and we are going to expand the new field we just bought a little bit now that that fence is out of the way. But that wasn't the motivating factor behind doing this. It was the fact that that field that we just bought in particular was a nuisance to farm with that fence all the way around it and that gate to try and get into it. And of course, that fence was in play too for that little field we had right there. So I thought, you know what? I thought I'd see if I could remove that fence. When I found it, I could. That's when I came up with a plan to buy this field and put them all together. Like I said, we are going to gain some extra arable land because of the areas, between the fields we're going to now be farming. And there's an area I'm going to show you that we're going to actually, whoops, back up here a little bit, get that lined up like so. Oh, we need to put on allow crate fields. Yeah, we are gonna just kind of arc up this way, something like so. I think we'll take this little, hopefully that'll make it a little easier. Yeah, so it was basically so just so we can farm a little bit easier with our large equipment is the whole reason, but we get the side benefit of some more arable land once we do this over and above what we got just by buying the new field. You'll see here in a minute. So let's go across here now. Like so. Now these fields have all been 100% prepped, so we could have seeded into them. So we need to get these strips that we're plowing out into that same state. So we'll have to scan them, lime them, and then rock pick them. And then they'll be ready to go. Sure, how do we want to do this here? I think we'll do it from this direction. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but that field we just bought also includes the cow barn. Yeah, so we could do cattle now if we wanted to. We're going to leave that for a bit, though. We are going to do it. In order to finish up, we have to fill that pen up. You know what? Actually, I think that's the pen that it's not got a... Oh, I see I've got the triggers on. Well, actually, it works out pretty good because, yeah, I think this is just a beef barn, like our breeding pen. That's no dairy, no milk point. No. All right. Well, that's fine. But yeah, we need to fill that up. But it's not terribly large, 120, 150, something like that, I think, if I recall. But I just don't have an area right now that I want to dedicate to growing grass. Um, yeah, let's just, how do we want to do this? Kind of like so. And join up down here should be good. And I think we can kind of take a little bit out of this corner here, make life a little easier. And you know what? I think I'll probably grass in this corner a little bit so it's not a square corner up against that fence. Yeah, I'll likely do that off camera. Now, I think we got a piece back here. Now, there are a couple fields, when we buy them, we're going to get some nice grass areas that come with them, but those fields are like $1.5 million. So we won't be waiting till we can afford to buy one of those, I don't think. I suppose we could put grass in this little field. She's right by. Oops, I raised it just a tad early there. You get to back up and do it again, Farmer Murphy. There we go. Actually, let me raise this, or fold this up. Yeah, this field here, I suppose we could do grass in, because it's not a very big field either for our large equipment, but there's no fence around it. We can't really join it in because I don't want to do, well, got the power poles and this road. But I do have, for sure, a field picked out that we are going to do grass in. And that's this one across the way. Because this long, skinny field, and it gets really skinny down that direction, as you can see, is again not very conducive for our large equipment, but it would be just fine for a grass field. So I think that's where we're going to start with our grass, and I believe that's about I want to say 350,000 or something, that field, because it has some trees that comes with it. But that's what I was thinking of doing for grass until we got those other grassy areas. And I suppose, it would be an option for up here. We'll think about that. But I mean, we haven't got one little bit of haying. Well, I guess we got a baler. That would count as grass work equipment, but that is it. So we're just going to sit on the cows for the time being. We will be filling that pen up. I think that's just fine. It's this area here that I want to expand into because it's a fairly wide grass area between here and the river, and we might as well make crop on that. Let's get lined up on this. I did confirm we do own all the way down to the river, so we'll make a nice gentle corner for us to farm on there. So it's not a huge chunk we're gaining, but hey, this isn't enough grass for us to do anything with, so we might as well grow some crop in this little spot. That's what I figured. Something like that should work out just about perfect. Oh, that went really well, actually. So this is all we've got on for this month. I just wanted to get this prep done ready for seeding next month. There have been no contracts show up. Like I said, haven't done a contract since we were together last. So now we do have, what was it, 170,000 left, and we've got some soybean to sell, which was a fair bit. I think it was over 100 grand, but we can't sell that. I think it was June. Well, we can sell it anytime we want, but June is when the best price for that is. So that's when we sell it off. But I'm sure we'll get some contracts of some sort. But we, have taken a number of fields out of circulation. There's 4 up here we've taken out, and 2 down near our shop. So that's 6. And I think there's 16 fields in total. So we're getting close to owning half of the fields. Not half of the map, unfortunately. We've been picking off all the easy ones, the small ones. Oh, Farmer Murphy, you did it again. All right, I'll get that one coming in the back. Raised a little bit early. There we go. No mistake there. Last little piece. That's going to be a nice sized field now. Little odd shaped, but good sized field. I guess this one's going to kind of have to be a fairly square corner. Not much we can do about that, I don't think. Yeah, line her up like this and something like that. Best we can do. All right. Oh, I don't know if you remember, but way back when. Oh, did I forget miss some? It looks like I did. I thought I got them all. Um, we had some rocks piled in here that I couldn't get. Huh. Well, I gave. Well, no, that is just odd. I was going to say I picked all these rocks up. Did I do it and then not save? It certainly looks that way. Oh, Farmer Murphy. Well, I guess I get to do that again. I'll do that off camera once again. That was a bit of a nuisance with all these bushes in here, and I just came in and did that, uh, just to pick all those up and throw them in the production, and I must have done it and then just backed out and not saved the game like a like a dummy. I don't know what else to say. Well, okay. Well, I guess I can't brag about that. I'll brag about that another time. Oh man, I get to do that again. I can't believe it. Oh, Farmer Murphy. Sometimes I amaze even myself. All right. Well, now I think I'll do the rest off camera. Like I said, I need to scan it, which means I need to park out of the way here because our scanner's in that barn. Um, then I'll rock pick. No, then I'll lime it and then I'll rock pick it, and then it'll look exactly like these other fields ready to go. So I'll do that off camera because I do want to show some seeding, and so I don't want to eat up all our time on this part of the project. And so I will meet up with you next month, where you know what, we'll likely start seeding on this field. That seems like that might be a good place to start, and we'll talk about what we're going to put in our other fields and see what we've got for contracts that show up uh, the 1st of April. So I will catch up with you next month once this project is done. So see you then. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the farm. It is April 1st, just after 7 o'clock in the morning. Rather foggy, as you can see, but that's not going to bother us. We need to get planting. We've got a fair bit to put in now. I did get that field all combined, or those three fields, I guess I should say, combined into one. Take a look at the map here. Now it just shows as one large field. And that's where we're going to start. We're going to put soybeans in there because most of those fields had corn in them. And then on field 9, the small one to the north, we're going to put corn in. And we're going to put corn in on field 11, the large one here down by the shop. It had soybeans last year. And then 14 is going to be soybeans because it had the corn in. And that's what I'm going to do, alternate. If it had soybeans in it last year, it gets corn this year and vice versa. And we have already one contract on the books, and that is to put, I think it was soybeans, wasn't it? Yes, soybeans here in field 1. So we've that to do. So we've got a fair bit of planting to get on with here. Now I didn't need to dig equipment out of the shops. Our planting tractor is buried in the back in this shop, I'm pretty sure. Actually, we can just open up the door and take a look-see. Yes, it's back in there. And similarly, our planter is buried in behind the Quonset, or in the Quonset, I guess I should say. So I've get that dug out, and I will make sure the tractor's fueled and the planter has seed in it. See, it's back in there. And I will meet you at the field, and we'll start putting some soybeans in, and hopefully the fog will have lifted a little bit by then. So I'll catch up with you in a little bit. Oh, we made it to the field. As you can see, the fog's burned off pretty nicely, actually. It is 8 o'clock, so that took just about an hour to get this organized in game. I've got the HUD on so we can see basically where we need to stop planting here, because we're starting in the doing the up downs, just so we can see where to start and stop, and then we can turn it off for the subsequent passes. Will be fine. So there is some rain in the forecast, scheduled to start at about 11 a.m. So that gives us 3 hours. We'll see how far we can get here this morning in that time before the rain shuts us down. We've got the most planting we've ever had to do so far in our farming career here on Monteith. And it's just going to keep increasing. Now, we did get a small hoeing contract come in, and I could have got one of the family going on that, Sam or something, but I just thought I'd wait and see if we got any more of hoeing contracts in, and we can kind of get set up and do them all at once. If it was a big job, would have gotten started on it, but it's not. Actually, probably could have come down just a little bit more, but we should be okay. Really don't need to get Bill involved at this point. I mean, Sam is pretty keen, so I'll put him to work first. Now we are going to need to roll this field, and basically all of our fields, so we'll have that to throw in the equation as well. And I think it might be time to consider upgrading our roller. Actually, and we can say goodbye to that business for now. So we currently only have the one planter, but I don't think that'll stay for the course of the series. I think we'll end up with two of these. I'm going to guess. Now, I did pick up those rocks again along the edge of the barn. There was actually like 22,000 liters in there, so it was worth doing. But it was a bit of a nuisance with the bushes. But this time, I remembered to save. So those are in our production. Now, we currently don't have any kind of seed tender. We've been, it's not actually been an issue because we've been planting fields around where our bulk buy station is. So that hasn't been a problem. And our fields haven't been that big. But it'll be interesting to see if we have enough seed on board, because we have this large field, the field across the road, and then the little field to the north of us, all to be done in this area. And I don't think our seeder is going to hold enough for us to be able to do all of that. So at some point we're probably going to want to look at getting a seed tender rather than bouncing back to our other yard to get seed again. Although it really isn't all that inconvenient because our yard is pretty central to the map, so it doesn't take that long to get back there. I like this view of the tractor coming at you, but not the best going this direction. We'll do it again going the other way because the sun is in our eyes that way. I've pretty much only been using this tractor for seeding. I have done the odd job with it, but it's already got 49 hours, was it, on it? Yeah, I thought I saw. All of our equipment's got a lot of hours on it because it was, we bought all of it used. I don't. We probably have bought some odd piece here and there new, but all our powered equipment, I think, has been used. I guess except for our Kenworth, that we didn't get out of the used market. Oh, I see. I missed a little spot there. Let's get that before we. Maybe should have kind of lined it up for 3 headlands. I've got it set for 2. But if you're just a little off of the line, then this happens. That's no problem. We'll get it caught up. Okay, now let's spin around and take a look from this direction. Shouldn't be so bad. The sun will be at our back. I suspect we'll be replacing some of these, like these tractors, before we're done the series with the same tractors, only new. I'm thinking we'll be doing that. Like our 6R, it's got to be getting close to 100 hours on it now. We use that tractor a lot. It runs our stone picker and does baling. Although there's really no reason we couldn't use a 7810 for some of the baling. I think it's got enough horsepower to pull at least our round baler. It's probably the tractor we use the least. It has the fewest amount of hours on it. Now I think this is all we'll get to show is some of this planting for this episode. Then what I'll do is I will carry on, obviously, get the rest of our fields done and see what we have for contracts and give you another update a little bit further along in the spring. I'm thinking of upgrading the roller, so maybe what I'll do is I'll leave one of our fields to roll and we can check out that and I can update you on what else happened this spring. Because we're just running the 2 crops, there's not going to be a lot of variation in what we do. So I don't want to show too much repetitive stuff. We'll just kind of keep things moving along. Oh man, did it again. Same little kind of spot missing there that we have to swing around and fix. suppose I could correct that when I did the headlands, but I might miss it. All right. All right, let's turn this back on here. Okay, I see. Just wanted to see how what kind of pattern it had. All right, we don't need that anymore. This, lower it down, and off we go. Well, you probably will have seen a little blip there. Someone came to the door. I had to pause the recording and the game. Not much I can do about that, unfortunately. I don't know, you might have heard the start of the commotion. I don't know if I got my mic quite muted in time. But my four-legged furry friends really are concerned that I might miss the doorbell. But that gave me an opportunity to check how much time we've got in this recording. And man, yeah, we're just about out of time. It just goes so fast. I was sitting thinking here when I was getting ready to get back started again. Have to go back maybe to doing some time-lapse stuff or maybe a cinematic like Farmer Mike does, an introduction and showing different work that goes on. Because when the farm starts to get to be large, you just can't show everything that happens. Or up or down and go. There has been some nice equipment in the used store that I have managed to stay away from. Like the new version of this planter was just in there. That's tempting, but we really don't need it. But I believe that particular mod you can actually put the tracks on in that. So I'd like to get that eventually. You know what? We didn't do any in-cab this session. Maybe we should finish it off with just an in-cab view of things going on here. You know, I might need to take the smoothing tool and just maybe try and smooth that out a little bit. That might give our harvester a little bit of a fit. Might do that. Just kind of smooth that out a little bit. That's the little field I was talking about. We put corn in across the road there. We're going to have an awful lot of soybean and not quite as much corn this year, unless we're in a position to buy a field this fall. Although, and we are running out of good target fields that that we can easily afford. We're going to be moving into the nearly $1 million fields now. I just wanted to show you, when you look from up here down the length of that field, you can see it's a pretty good sized field, all right. You know what? I didn't get lined up on there very good. Let's avoid, shall we, that little wedge of shame, shall we call it? Yeah, we're still on the line. Down we go and off. But I think I will have to leave you there for this episode because we are going to be out of time. So like I said, I will bring you in. I might leave the rolling on this field and bring you in when we're ready to roll. And we'll give you an update of where we're at so far in the spring. And then we'll just carry on from there. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. So we'll see you at the end of the month. And if you're still with me, I really appreciate you watching. If you haven't already, please hit that like and subscribe button. And if you want to see when other content like this lands, hit that old notification bell. But for this episode here on Monteith, it's Farmer Murphy signing off.